Ever pondered which groups throughout history have been the most lethal and feared? Well, today we'll delve into the top 5 most dangerous groups of all time. These groups, notorious for their deadly operations and intimidating presence, have left indelible marks on the pages of history. They range from organized criminal syndicates, political factions, to extremist movements, each wielding a unique brand of terror. Our ranking is based on 3 key criteria. First, the scale of their operations, how vast and influential their reach was. Second, their impact on society and history, the societal changes they instigated and the historical events they shaped. And lastly, the level of fear they instilled, the dread they cast on people's hearts. These groups have not only committed heinous acts but also manipulated entire societies through fear and violence. So brace yourself as we start our countdown with the 5th most dangerous group. Opening our list at number 5, we have the Yakuza, the notorious Japanese crime syndicate. Emerging from the shadows of 17th century Japan, they evolved from gambling dens and peddlers into a well-structured criminal organization. Their influence permeates Japanese society, with tendrils reaching far beyond the island nation's borders. The Yakuza's activities cover a broad spectrum, from illicit gambling and drug trafficking to white-collar crimes, such as fraud and money laundering. Yet despite their nefarious dealings, they operate under a strict code of conduct. This code, rooted in samurai traditions, emphasizes honor, respect, and loyalty, values that paradoxically coexist with their criminal endeavors. Over the years, the Yakuza's influence has extended globally, impacting financial markets and embroiling themselves in international crime. However, in recent years, their power has seen a decline due to stringent laws and a changing societal landscape. Despite their declining influence, the Yakuza remains a formidable force in the underworld. At number 4, we have the Sicilian Mafia, a group that has become synonymous with organized crime. Born in the mid-19th century, the Sicilian Mafia, also known as Cosa Nostra, started as a secret society in Sicily. This society was initially formed to protect the local people from foreign invaders, but it soon evolved into a formidable organized crime syndicate. They exerted significant influence over Sicily, controlling everything from local politics to business activities. The Mafia's criminal activities are extensive and diversified, including drug trafficking, extortion, and racketeering, to name a few. What sets the Sicilian Mafia apart from other criminal organizations is their ability to adapt and survive, despite numerous crackdowns by law enforcement. They have a complex hierarchical structure, with a code of silence known as omerta, making it incredibly difficult to infiltrate or dismantle the organization. The Sicilian Mafia's influence is not limited to Sicily or even Italy. They have a global reach, with connections extending to the United States, Canada, and South America. Their activities have had a profound impact on societies around the world. The Sicilian Mafia has been immortalized in popular culture, featuring prominently in movies and television series, which often romanticize their lifestyle and operations. The Sicilian Mafia, with its deep roots and global reach, continues to be a symbol of organized crime. Our 3rd spot goes to a political group, the Nazi Party, a group that brought the world to its knees. Emerging from the ashes of post-World War I Germany, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, more commonly known as the Nazi Party, rose to power in the early 1930s. Their ideologies, fueled by extreme nationalism and racial purity, struck a chord with a populace beleaguered by economic hardship and the perceived humiliation of the Treaty of Versailles. Under the charismatic and ruthless leadership of Adolf Hitler, the Nazi Party implemented policies of aggressive expansionism, racial cleansing, and totalitarianism. Their role in instigating World War II and perpetrating the Holocaust resulted in the deaths of an estimated 6 million Jews, along with countless other victims of their genocidal policies, making them one of the most dangerous groups in history. The Nazis' impact on world history was profound and devastating. Their actions led to a global conflict that resulted in the loss of over 70 million lives, altering the course of the 20th century. The effects of their ideologies persist even today, serving as a stark reminder of the dangers of hate, bigotry, and unchecked power. The aftermath of the Nazi reign also led to significant shifts in international norms and laws. The establishment of the United Nations and the concept of crimes against humanity were direct responses to the atrocities committed by the Nazi regime. The Nazi Party's reign of terror left an indelible mark on human history. Taking the 2nd spot, we have the Khmer Rouge, a group responsible for one of the worst genocides in history. Emerging in the late 60s, this radical communist group took control of Cambodia in 1975. Its leader, Pol Pot, aimed to transform the country into an agrarian utopia, but his extreme ideologies led to horrific consequences. Under the Khmer Rouge, society was turned upside down. Intellectuals, city dwellers, and anyone seen as a threat were brutally purged. The Cambodian genocide, as it came to be known, led to the death of an estimated 2 million people, nearly a quarter of the country's population. The people of Cambodia lived in fear and deprivation, with basic human rights and freedoms stripped away. The Khmer Rouge's reign of terror continued until 1979, when they were overthrown by Vietnamese forces. But the scars they left behind are still visible today. The Khmer Rouge's reign resulted in one of the darkest periods in human history. And now, the most dangerous group of all time, the Islamic State, or ISIS. Rising from the ashes of the Iraqi insurgency in the early 21st century, ISIS swiftly grew into a force that sent shockwaves around the globe. Their extreme ideologies, rooted in a distorted interpretation of Islam, justified horrendous acts of violence and terror. ISIS turned terror into a weapon, employing brutal tactics such as public beheadings and mass shootings to spread fear and assert control. Their influence extended far beyond their physical territories, inspiring lone wolf attacks worldwide and spawning an unprecedented global security crisis. The international community has been engaged in an ongoing battle to dismantle this group. But the fight is far from over. ISIS remains a potent threat, their ideology still luring vulnerable minds into their deadly grip. The Islamic State, with its brutal tactics and extreme ideology, tops our list as the most dangerous group of all time.